Pedro Castillo update. Pedro Castillo, he has already got the winning vote. 100% of the vote has been processed by Peru's electoral body. Socialist president, socialist, Marxist, but not communist, socialist, Marxist, homophobe, Pedro Castillo has won by roughly 70,000 votes, with 50.2% going to Pedro and 49.8% going to Keiko Fujimori. So you have Pedro Castillo, 50.2%, barely won by the chin of his chinny chin, but that's 70,000 votes. That's one report, 70,000 votes, okay? So there's been several different reports here, and it's not just 70,000. I've heard 100,000, 80,000. It's roughly in the park of 70,000 to 100,000. Or less than 100,000. Now, you have Keiko Fujimori, who's just pulling some shit. She says that, you know, she found 300,000 ballots. Remember when Donald said, hey, can you find 300,000? Now, this Keiko Fujimori, she's going to find 300,000 ballots somewhere. She's going to pick on one of these poor fucking counties. She's going to find 300,000 ballots and she's going to invalidate them. So that means Pedro Castillo needs to invalidate 400,000 votes of Keiko Fujimori's. So they just need to keep on invalidating each other's votes until just redo the damned election, right? And then maybe she'll actually, you know, get a fourth try, a fourth chance. Look at all these people. Peru's Pedro Castillo has thanked presidents Luis Arce, Daniel Ortega, Alberto Fernandez of Bolivia, Nicaragua, and Argentina after they publicly recognized Castillo as the president-elect. So, okay, we're supposed to, believe some fucking bullshit, Western media, bullshit fake news. Meanwhile, with 100% of the votes are in, 100% of the votes are in, and the presidents of Bolivia, and the presidents of Nicaragua, and the presidents of Argentina. So, that's South America, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure Latin America, South America. So Latin America and South America knows that Pedro Castillo has won. My God, these motherfucking fascists, rat bastard fascist motherfuckers, don't trust. My God, you got to fucking, these rat bastards. The Trump of Peru, Keiko Fujimori, refuses to concede to winner. Now she's trying to get 300,000 votes. And then the Rondero, the Rondero, Pedro Castillo is a Rondero, which, what is that supposed to mean? Now, that's likely to be Peru's president, but it's not over, as Keiko, you know, she says, let's look at 300,000. What the fuck? She's a liar. We got to entertain Keiko's fucking lies? So as the count continues, The Economist, celebration. Argentina's president communicated with President-elect of Peru, Pedro Castillo. I expressed my wish that we join forces in favor of Latin America. That's nice. Argentina considers itself Latin America. I celebrate that the dear Peruvian people face the future in democracy and with institutional soundness. Okay. So, yeah, with the photo finish, Pedro Castillo's hope is alive in Peru. The people of Peru are fucking excited and happy. Pedro Castillo has so far maintained a razor-thin lead. Far-left trade unionist Pedro Castillo has cast himself as the winner of Peru's presidential election, thanking foreign nations for victory messages, even as election officials said Wednesday that the race was not over. Has narrow lead, 99% of the votes in, 98% of the votes in. Pedro's winning, Pedro's winning. They're going to try to throw out 108, 102 polling stations, just throw the whole polling station out. He won by 70,000 votes. He led a teacher strike. He's a union man. The Economist has a title: If Pedro Castillo wins, the country will take a lurch to the left of unknown magnitude. the billionaire's mouthpiece. The Economist is the billionaire's mouthpiece. They're terrified by Peru's next president. Says his imminent victory. An analysis by Cella Geopolitica. All that remains to be counted in Peru. 40,000. Oh, Pedro Castillo wins by 40,000 votes. He's almost set to be the. Anyways, I was reading. He's beating about 100,000 votes. This is June 8th. Okay, so. Just reading these different takes. So you have the presidents, right? Latin America, South America says that Pedro Castillo won. 100% of the vote is in. 100% of the vote is in. And you got Keiko fucking lying, and we're going to entertain Keiko. That's the only thing that could stop anybody from declaring Pedro Castillo the victor, is you think, well, maybe Keiko Fujimori has a fucking point. Maybe the fascist Popular Force Party, maybe the fascist Nazi Popular Force Party, Keiko Fujimori, Miss Princess Corruption, Princess Sterilization. Maybe Princess Sterilization has the answer. Maybe Princess Corruption, Princess Fascist Corruption, Princess fucking Pizarro. Maybe Princess Pizarro. Yeah, maybe she's got the fucking answer. Let's wait for Princess Pizarro. Now, how about Peru? You won. Peru, you won. Peru won an election for Peru instead of the big multinational corporations. Peru is for Peru. So Peru, since you won this fucking election, why don't you keep it? Peruvians, take your country. Don't let these fascists take your country away from you. You have it's a brand new day in Peru. It's a brand new day. You're going to have a nation, a country, a president that gives a fuck about you. Little, fucking Joe and Jill Peruvian. You're going to have a president that gives a shit about the working class families of Peru. Pedro Castillo is your president. You cling on to him. You hold on to him. You fight for him. He's going to be the president for 4 fucking years. You see how they're already trying to take it away from him? Can't even tell. 100% of the fucking votes are in, but we're going to entertain Keiko's lies? Why? Because she's requesting to, question more than 100,000. Well, he only won by 70,000, so she's going to question, 80,000. So then you question 90,000. Question 1 million fucking ballots. And then when does it stop? When does it end? We're going to wait to adjudicate it in fucking court or some shit? Are they invalidating? Are they throwing ballots out right now? You don't know. 100% of the votes are in. And the votes say that Pedro Castillo won. 100% of the votes are in. And it says that Pedro Castillo won. So if we're going to change the numbers after the fact, I call shenanigans. I call bullshit. So there's 18 million, 17.5 million votes, which is, Assad said he got 13 million, and then 5 million Virginia Democrats boycotted the primary election in Virginia because Virginia doesn't have a true blue democracy, ruled by the people democracy. 90% of Virginia Democrats did not vote for Terry McAuliffe. 90% of the Democrats said, we're not going to vote for you, Terry McAuliffe. A 10% turnout rate. But if you add 13 million plus 5 million, that's 18 million. The Electoral Authority has to adjudicate some 300,000 disputed votes, and that's going to take days to arrive. An official result, the Electoral Authority, authority, force, Nazi, fascism, listen to this shit. Okay, so we'll wait another day, another 3 days, another 4 days. When the Electoral Authority says, okay, we're going to put a stamp of approval, and then we say it's okay, then we got to listen to Keiko Fujimori and her fucking horse shit. And then what if she concedes? Okay, how much more do we, okay, she concedes, and then the party does something, though. The party takes it to the Supreme Court. She says, no, it's okay. But the party says, no, it's about election integrity. No. Pedro Castillo has already declared himself president. Pedro Castillo has declared himself president. The presidents of what, Argentina? What were those those nations? Fucking commons. These Nicaragua. Well, what are these? These aren't the popular ones, right? They're having to stick their necks out. So what am I don't know. 3 South American, Latin American presidents have said that Pedro Castillo has won. Pedro Castillo said that he has won 100% of the votes are in. So the votes that have been counted, 100%, I don't understand. How can there still be 300,000 votes that need to be adjudicated if 100% of the votes are in? If there's still 300,000 votes, then that means 100% of the votes are in, but 100% of the fucking votes are in, so that means those votes have been adjudicated. Those fucking ones that need to be adjudicated are goddamn motherfucking Keiko. When we're going to adjudicate it in goddamn court? How much longer? How much fucking... Didn't we just have this election? I mean, my God, you have Iran's election is, you know, the 18th, and then New York City has an election on the 22nd. You keep fucking waiting around, then Iran's going to have their election. Nobody's going to talk about Peru no more. You elected a socialist Marxist that was going to save Peru, but you couldn't even declare it. You couldn't even keep them. Pedro knows what's up. The presidents of South and, you know, and the motherfuckers that could read numbers. 100% of the vote is in, and 70,000. Pedro Castillo has at least 70,000 more than the other person. Who wins an election? The one that has more votes than the other person. Pedro Castillo has more votes than Keiko Fujimori. And I'm excited about it, but it just seems like motherfuckers are... I don't want this taken from us. I don't want this taken from us. And then in 4 days, 15 days, 500 days, you only got 4 fucking years. You only got 4 fucking years. He needs to get in there and start, you know, passing legislation and passing his programs immediately. Immediately. He needs to get him inaugurated. Get him inaugurated and start passing his programs. Last but not least, Bruce Lee. He had a concept called June Keat Do. I think that's actually his fighting technique was called June Keat Do, and it means intercepting fist. Intercepting fist is Antifa, right? The fascist motherfucker wants to say, we're the authority around here, and until we say what's up, and then it's not. Fuck you. You're a fascist. You're a fucking fascist. That wasn't the point. What was the... I don't know. Let's, how about, you know, some levity. George Carlin, everybody. Did you notice that 7 years ago, everything got different? It takes 2 scales to find out how much a scale weighs. Fuck whole grain cereal. When I want fiber, I'm going to eat some wicker furniture. Suggestions I ignore. George, you go out and draw their fire. I'll sneak up on them from behind. The only thing high-definition television will do is provide sharper pictures of the garbage.